What do you call a player averaging 34.6, 9, and 8.5 while fixing the one flaw people use to attack? A superstar. MVP? How about the problem the NBA hoped would never be unlocked? Because LeBron is now back, but the Lakers only look scary when Luka Dončić is running the show. And after years of fat jokes and teams punishing Luka for his lack of defense, Luka has suddenly reached a level that none of us expected.
Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. Luka Dončić has officially turned into the NBA's ultimate nightmare. Since landing in Los Angeles, he's been on a historic tear, averaging 34.6 points per game, smashing long-standing Lakers scoring records, and drilling threes like they're layups. Luka from downtown, again! He's leading the league in scoring while orchestrating an offense that looks completely unstoppable. But honestly, the stats only scratch the surface, because what Luka is doing right now goes way beyond basketball. This is a redemption arc, a revenge tour, and a statement to every critic who ever doubted him. Back in February 2025, the Lakers shocked the entire NBA by trading Anthony Davis for Luka Dončić. And Dallas didn't exactly show him love on the way out. The Mavericks questioned his conditioning, his commitment, even his lifestyle. They basically told the world, he's not the guy. And that was the biggest mistake they could have made. Luka has always been one of the fiercest competitors on the planet. Eric Spoelstra saw it when Luka was just 18 at a Eurobasket training camp. His IQ, footwork, fundamentals, already elite, but his competitive fire on another level. And today, that fire is burning the entire league. So, when Dallas threw Luka aside like that, publicly, loudly, and disrespectfully, they didn't just trade a superstar, they created a monster. Luka showed up to Lakers training camp looking like a different human being, leaner, sharper, locked in. One reporter even called it his Terminator moment. And honestly, that's exactly what it felt like. He took every doubt, every insult, and turned it into fuel. Then came the season opener against the Warriors. LeBron out with sciatica. National TV, Steph on the other side. The Lakers hand Luka the keys and say, "It's your team now." And what does he do? He drops 43 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Third most points in a Lakers season opener behind only Elgin Baylor and Kobe Bryant. The Lakers lost, but the message loud and clear. A few nights later against Minnesota, he doubled down. 49 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, including 23 in the first quarter. Lakers fans hadn't felt this kind of electricity since prime Kobe. And the wildest part, he did it with a hand injury he suffered in the opening minutes. With back-to-back 40-point games to open the season, Luka joined Wilt, MJ, and AD in NBA history. Suddenly, everyone realized the truth. This Lakers offense might be unstoppable. So what actually makes Luka such a nightmare matchup? Let's start with the basics. The man is 6'8", 230 pounds, built like a forward but skilled like an elite point guard. You put a small guard on him, he'll bully them in the post. You switch a forward onto him, he's too fast, too crafty, and too polished with the ball. No matter what you try, it's a mismatch. And then there's the step-back three, Luka's signature weapon. Even when defenders know it's coming, they still can't stop it. Sure, he's shooting just over 31% from deep this season, but he hits the ones that break your spirit. One of his most underrated strengths is the foul drawing. Luka averages 12.5 free throws a game using angles, contact, and timing better than almost anyone in the league. Shooting nearly 80% from the line, those freebies stack up fast. But the real reason he's so dangerous? The playmaking. Send a double team and Luka immediately punishes you. 3 defenders collapse, and suddenly he's throwing a perfect alley-oop to Hayes, or finding Rui for a wide-open corner 3. Since he arrived, the Lakers' pick-and-roll efficiency jumped from 0.92 points per possession to 1.18, an elite leap. Oklahoma City tried something unusual on November 13th, a full 5-man swarm defense. Constant traps, perfect rotations, and disciplined contests. It held Luka to a season-low 19 points once. But that strategy requires elite personnel and leaves everyone else wide open. Most teams can't survive that trade-off. So defenses are forced into a simple choice. Let Luka cook for 40 or let the entire Lakers roster feast. And the numbers show why it's impossible either way. Luka is averaging 34.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 9 assists, leading the league in scoring, and sitting top 5 in assists with a 61.7% true shooting percentage. Elite for someone with a massive 37.8% usage rate. Even with all that responsibility, his turnover rate is a career-best 9.1%, and he's already shattered franchise records, including most points in the first 30 games as a Laker, passing legends like Kareem. This isn't just dominance. This is Luka taking over the league in real time. What's really changed isn't just Luka's stats, it's how he's carrying himself. In Dallas, Luka was the quiet superstar. He led by example, stayed in his lane, kept his emotions close, and let his game speak for him. That worked when the franchise was built around him from day one. But Los Angeles? Completely different story. This was LeBron's team, LeBron's culture, LeBron's locker room. Luka had to earn his place in a whole new environment, and he's done it by becoming more vocal, more expressive, and more of a traditional leader. Austin Reeves explained that the trade genuinely rattled Luka, moving his family across the country, hearing all the criticism from Dallas, getting publicly questioned. Reeves said Luka was in shock for a bit, but now he's comfortable, he's having fun, he's stepping into the role. Head coach JJ Redick summed it up perfectly. He's letting his teammates in right now. Luka always had the talent, but this emotional openness, this willingness to lead out loud, that's what transforms a star into a franchise-altering force. Luka even admitted himself, saying he's been definitely more vocal and believes leadership should be shared, not owned by one player. That's maturity. That's growth. And ironically, LeBron missing the first month with sciatica might have been the best thing for Luka's transition. From opening night, it was his team. No confusion about who takes the last shot, no debates about whose offense it is. For 15 games, Luka ran the show and did it like he'd been a Laker for years. When LeBron finally returned on November 19th, the big question was chemistry. Could two ball-dominant stars coexist? Luka answered instantly. 37 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, and a third-quarter explosion with LeBron on the floor. The offense flowed. The spacing looked clean. The pick and rolls were lethal. LA dropped 140 points and won by double digits. And that's the scary part for the rest of the league. Both LeBron and Luka are elite playmakers who don't need the ball every possession to be effective. Add DeAndre Ayton protecting the rim, Reeves scoring, and Hachimura and Laravia spacing the floor. Suddenly, the Lakers look like a legitimate championship threat. When Luka's individual scoring isn't explosive, he impacts the game in every other way. When the shots don't fall, he becomes a playmaker. When defenses collapse on him, he turns into a quarterback, finding the open man with laser precision. That two-way versatility is what makes him so impossible to game plan for. You can't sell out to stop his scoring, he'll shred you as a passer. And if you focus on taking away his passing lanes, he'll casually drop 40 on your head. So where does that leave the NBA heading into December? You've got Luka Dončić averaging 34 a night, driving a Lakers offense ranked top 5 in efficiency, and doing it next to LeBron James while sitting 4th in the West. And the craziest part? He's doing all this after being told he wasn't committed, wasn't conditioned, wasn't worth building around. He took that disrespect personally. At just 26 years old, Luka is entering his prime with a chip on his shoulder the size of Texas. Meanwhile, Dallas is watching their former star dominate the conference. Nico Harrison is gone, the Mavericks are scrambling, and the Lakers are thriving with Luka as their centerpiece. His step-back three, unguardable. His playmaking, elite. His size, a mismatch every night. His foul drawing, a nightmare for defenders. His competitiveness, borderline scary. There is no defensive scheme that stops all of that. There is no game plan that neutralizes him for 48 minutes. The best teams can only hope he has an off night, and even then, he'll still beat you with his passing. Luka arrived in Los Angeles with everything to prove, and his start has been nothing short of historic. The Lakers are 11-4, LeBron is healthy, and Luka is playing like the MVP frontrunner. The Luka era in LA has officially begun, and the rest of the league better adapt fast. If you think Luka is on pace for MVP, hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comments.